Hey guys, we're back, this time with Batman Arkham Origins. Now, this was chosen because we're close to Christmas time, and this game takes place on Christmas Eve, all night. So, it's one long Christmas for Batman, and it takes place during his first years as Batman. So, not all the rogues are around yet, but we see some of them pop up. So, Rocksteady made the original series, and then they handed it off to another company in the meantime. But also, we gotta remember that it does play the same, so that's why it probably sold as well as it did, all things considered, even though it wasn't considered as great as the other ones. But let's go over a little bit of a plot synopsis and then give the ratings, well, good and bad, then ratings. So, as I said, it takes place on Christmas Eve during Batman's early years. He is going out on the night, even though Alfred says, hey, don't do this, you can spend one Christmas Eve in. But no, of course, he's duty bound because he's Batman. That is the best answer I can give you. Now, you play through it and you check out the city because they open up the city more. In Arkham City, you could see a good section of Gotham that was cut off. In this one, you get more than that. You get another half, so it's double the size? Yeah. And then the combat is about the same. You get your standard combo buttons based on your controller. So if you're PlayStation, Square and X are the preferred controls, and if you're playing Xbox, it's X and A. You have a variety of gadgets, of course, as Batman does: grapple hook, batarang, sometimes tasers. You got special combat takedowns, which breaks guys' bones. Of course, that's not fun to do in real life, but you can do it in the game, and it's consequence free. But yeah, so the plot goes along, and you find a lot of different people showing up in Gotham around the same time, which is really disturbing, and Batman has to stop them all. You even run into the Joker. Spoiler, sorry, the game's been out for a few years though, so sorry, not sorry. You run into Bane, and the idea is that guys like Bane, Deathstroke, the Electrocutioner, and guys like him are all after you because you have a hit on your head. So there's a bounty on your head, and they're looking to cash. So Batman has to beat up as many as he can and find out who's after him and why. Of course, the story unravels, and a lot of plot twists and turns. Bane, Deathstroke, Deadshot, from Suicide Squad, and all those other guys. So I won't give anything really away with that one, but that's the basic prologue. As for what I like about the game, combat feels the same as it ever has, which is good. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's the idea. And the gadgets, a few new ones. You get freeze bombs in Arkham City, which is a sequel, so you get those back, but in a different form. And the combat, of course, is the same. Like I said, it feels good, and there's counters, dodges, all that good business. And of course, you can work your gadgets into that as well. Now, in terms of a few more positives, I have a few. You get a fast travel system with the Batwing, which is basically his plane. So that's good rather than just travel around by grappling hook. Not to say it isn't fun, but it will get tedious. And of course, you can go back to the Batcave and go into the training sim so you can practice and hone your skills. I would say that this is not an unwelcome entry, even though people didn't seem to like it. But, everyone has a different tastes. It was a prequel to the original game, Arkham Asylum and City, so I was happy with it. Negatives, well, the actors have changed for Joker and for Batman. I mean, that's a small nitpick, but still. I would say comparing this to the other three, Arkham Asylum, City, and Night, is a bit unfair. Those are better games, but this is still passable. So if I had to give a rating, it's about, out of 5, a 4. Solid 4. Because I replayed the other ones to actual death, to the point where Arkham Asylum becomes an annual to semi-annual game sometimes for me to play. I'll just play it once a year, maybe twice, 3 times, and it's still a fun experience. I can do the same with City and find all new secrets. Night, I have yet to own, unfortunately, which I do intend to get when it comes out Collector's Edition. But that's not to say this game isn't worth a pickup. I would say you can get it in a bargain bin if you really feel like it's that bad, or if you find it in a collection. Not a bad one to choose, especially if you're starting, because it's supposed to be the beginning of the story. So, and the fact that Christmas theme plays a lot too, I should say. The Christmas theme does play a lot throughout it. You see the decorations, and a lot of the criminals make jokes about it. And, Joker said, like, oh, which present should I open when it's detonators on bombs that are planted in buildings? The usual Batman shtick. As for relations to the previous games of Asylum and City, it sets up some sequences. It sets up some sequences and scenarios, and some characters, but not relating that much. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this. Thanks, guys.